Oh, yes, we're back again with another Bangers to Date Master at your service. When you come in, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and you also hit the notification bell so you'll be notified once I drop some new content. With no further ado, let's get into this video. So, I've come to, again, doing my due diligence and, excuse me, the in-field work. One thing is to come to YouTube and discuss your grievances with minimal experience and trial and error, but it's another thing to have lived and dated successfully. Well, what do you say? Well, you're not married yet. Again, dating and getting married is two different things. Some people date just for the fun. Some people date for the companionship for that moment. Some they just may not make it to marriage. But the proper way, the reason why I focus on dating, because as men, you should be able to date women and get away without any collateral damage or attachment. I'll say that again. You should be able to date women without any collateral damage or attachments, i.e., children, baby mama, baby daddy situations. Just getting into a marriage, knowing that this is not your wife or the one for you. You're just doing it because you want to meet status quo. And now you put yourself in a situation to be disrespected, to have your emotions trampled over because you did not have the guidance, the wisdom, and the knowledge to apply in your everyday dating experiences. So what you notice for the guys, if you're on a dating app, and again, I told you guys, you should not be on a dating app looking for love. The dating apps for men in today's society is like the practice gym or the practice field. That's where you go and practice. If a woman has a dating profile uploaded, she's 80% off. And I'm telling you that because you must think about the psychology that a woman must go through to upload a dating profile after getting endless amount. And these are the women that look up to par, the women that, have seemingly, because just look at the profile in the bio, they're all of this in a bag of chips, and my love language is coloring and sitting by the fireplace. But when you meet them in person, you know for a fact that this is not her, because who would want to marry a woman who is a homebody, as they say, or doesn't go anywhere, or who you see. So the dating profile is a selling point. It's just like lying on a resume. You know you can't do Microsoft Excel spreadsheet, but you put it on that to make your resume, or to make your resume look more valuable, or to make yourself look more valuable to the company. This is the same thing she's going to do on her dating profile. But you must look at the amount of women that you go through. For the guys who actually have went through it, just look at the amount of women who they came and went. It never really got anywhere. It started off spicy, and within a snap she's gone, or she ghosted, or she just rejected you. She did not like back or swipe right on you. Women have made rejecting men, it's almost like it's a tit for tat type of deal. Women, they're secretly panicking and silently panicking because they know, and they're in on some of these conversations now, because men have opened the doors, because a lot of men just don't give a damn anymore that you know or not. Men don't care that you know that they consume red pill content, or they're listening to Kevin Samuels, Fresh and Fits, Minister Japs, these guys that teach to the empowerment of men and how to vet women. They don't care that men don't care that we are accessing this information anymore. So what women are doing in return is they're going out of their way, and some would even set up these profiles to purposely reject men because they know they have a man in real life. Because think about it. If you had a job, a fulfilling job, let me take that back. You didn't have a job. You're desperately looking for work. You're in need of a job. You're going to go on Indeed or whatever platform, LinkedIn, and upload your resume, all the details and the skill sets that you would bring to a company or an organization. And you're going to check that, and you're going to engage that with a lot of enthusiasm and urgency. If you look at the women that you may come across from a social media perspective, dating app perspective, you notice how lackadaisical they are. There is it's a little bit of effort depending on the attraction. It may be a little bit, but it's not a maximum or optimal effort to really, really get to know you or really to build a relationship. They just type it out. So what they do is they come on these apps because it's a self-esteem builder. Let me see how many guys are going to swipe on me that I don't want. Because again, she has to view herself as a prize. So she'll come to a dating app to get 1,000 men sending her messages and swiping right when she has no genuine interest in them at all, because she has a man, but she's in a situationship. She's looking to get out of said situationship and maybe looking to see what's out there that she can really build with. But you notice how it never goes anywhere though, right? Maybe 1 out of 20, 30. Very low return because she has someone in real life. But she's looking to build her confidence up so she doesn't have to be the side piece, or she doesn't have to be the late night booty call for the Chads and the Tyrones, et cetera, et cetera. So she goes to the dating apps to see, are there qualified men or men who may be on the level of the guy she's the side chick to? You see? She wants to see that. And if she doesn't meet that, then she's just going to say, well, I'm just going to reject these guys. You know, reject, 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 which is why it makes all of the sense for the woman to reach out to the man versus the man reaching out to the woman. And I said this analogy once. If you have 10 women if you have one woman in a room with 10 men, wouldn't it make sense for the woman, because she know out of the 10, the one she likes or would like the most, wouldn't it make sense for her to go approach him versus having the other 9 men that don't qualify come approach her? Wouldn't that make sense for her to approach him because she knows what she likes? And most men would grow fond of that because men would usually like a woman at the sight or at the, I would say, after finding out that she's into him. And if she's truly expressing she's into him, he's going to take that and say, okay, this woman likes me. I'm going to put in some effort because she's showing that she liked me. So my effort doesn't look as if it's going to go in vain. That makes sense? But it repairs her ego because her ego has been destroyed to where she has to go on a dating app, and she's not going to tell really too many people about it, because you got to think how the dating app and the algorithm works. If it's a woman and she's heterosexual, only the men are going to see her. The other women are not going to see. It's not going to be, you can't see your competition as a man on these dating apps. The women can't see their competition, so they're in their own little world. These men, in their eyes, are their options, or potentially their options if they meet the status quo. If they don't meet the status quo, you'll just be here to fulfill and repair my ego. One reject at a time. Women get off on rejecting men. If you haven't noticed this, this is the ego boost. This is the narcissistic woman in her element. I get a bunch of guys groveling at me, trying to pursue me, trying to court and date, etc. But I know I don't want them. Yet I'm going to kind of toy around with them to give them some type of clue that I do when I really don't. It's just a mind game. We're the only country in the world that plays these games for the most part. You may have it in Brazil, Africa, if you follow the Passport Bros and, you know, some of those guys who highlight and vlog and catalog their dating experiences, the details behind them. You'll get some, you know, some stories of being played and toyed with, because this is just the nature of the woman who knows she has options to choose from, which is why your attention time is priceless, and you do not give it away. You do not engage in lackluster. And I've been dealing with this, you know, women to reach out, expressing interest, whatever the case may be. Any lackluster effort, dry text response, one, you know, oh, it's a done deal. It's not even going to be a second thought for me to continue. Should I reach out? Done. Unless she comes 100%, done. It's a wrap. And once you get to that level, once you get to that place, oh, everything else will fall in line. Because you now, and I said this before, Women are only going to love you as much as you love yourself. I say that again. Women are going to only love you as much as you love themselves. This is why each and every woman you know and see on the internet has a story of a toxic ex or a narcissistic ex. But she doesn't tell you what she did for and with him. She only tells you what he did and said to her. But she didn't date. Well, why were you with him so long? You gotta know what you just can't leave relationships and here comes the bullshit river. And this is why you listen to it just to see how much crap is on what she's stating. You just listen to it to take it in, and once you come in, you digest it as it comes in. Okay, that's cool. You don't have to show her or expose that you know what you know. You just play the game. And once you start playing the game, because you know it's a game to be played, you can kind of get what you want out of the deal as well, versus just sending women back to the gulag in the same fashion they send you. Play the game. And the way you play the game is just listening. Learn what she likes. Do not be triggered by what she says that you may disagree with. Just take it in. Oh, okay, I get that. Okay. That's your perspective. I must respect that the same way she must respect yours. But you must play the game. Learn what she likes. Keep it romantic. Keep it top layer. You see, keep it top layer. Keep it fun. And that's going to ease her. That's going to relax her. That's going to give her some, okay, he's cool. He's not judgmental. He's letting me be me. He's not taking what I'm saying, because she knows, women know when they're saying, women know by your reaction if what they said is bullshit or not. Sometimes they just throw it out there to see how green you are, to see if you're going to agree to the happy wife, happy life, or my woman, she the boss, and all of that type of shit, right? But rejecting men for a woman has become a sport, because they're the ones that like to keep score. They're trying to get on the same playing field as men, but they cannot hang with the big boys. This is why you have the WNBA and the NBA. This is why you have male and female track and field. So the women are the ones trying to match. So they think by rejecting men and this, that, and the third, it's just going to be, hey, I got all of these options. So by rejecting the men, she tricks herself into say, well, I rejected him. Another one is going to come. Another one is going to come. I rejected 30 men. That means 50 more men are going to come and approach me, or are going to reach out. So me rejecting them has no negative impact on me. But little does she know, the well is running dry. Oh yes, the well is running dry. So she thinks she's going to have an abundance of options, which is not. So the men she rejected, in a lot of cases, she thinks she's going to go back in time and dig those men out of the trash, and we're just going to rekindle, and we're just going to pick up. I've had this happen in the last week or so. Left on red? Absolutely no. Absolutely the fuck not. So fellas, do not accept lackluster effort. Do not accept anything bottom tier from the woman. If she's not bringing it, neither should you. But you guys like, comment, subscribe. It's the Date Master.